Hey guys, it's Miss Guy. I want to get you started in session 2, which is focusing on the functions of the family. So the image that you see on your screen is of a family that is cooking dinner. We don't really think about the functions of the family all the time unless you're in a sociology class and we're talking about that. But if you think about the importance of families, then that will help you kind of figure out what it means when we talk about the functions of the family unit. So here in the photo, we see parents cooking dinner for their children and themselves. We see parents teaching their children a life skill. We see parents spending quality time with their children. And all of those things are functions that should be occurring within a family unit. We are going to start our journey in this section really talking about what family is. What it might mean to you is different than what it might mean to me. And then we're going to step into those particular functions that families should be doing in order for society to continue well. And we are going to talk about some of the things that occur within a family unit, such as marriage or relationships. So the assigned reading for session 2 is inside of chapter 1. Remember, I said you needed your book and we were going to use it the very first week. So here we are. We are not going to read the chapter 1 in its entirety. I just pulled out the pieces that I felt were most beneficial for you to come away from this session with. And so you will start on page 9 at the Theoretical Frameworks for Viewing Marriage section. And you will read all the way through to page 24 where table 1.5 ends. So that is the reading for this week. Now, you can certainly go ahead and read that and then jump into the journal and then complete the notes. Or you may want to just keep that on the back burner, complete the journal first, and then read the assigned reading because the reading goes right along with the lecture notes. That is the final assignment for this session. So to get you started, I'm going to show you the family journal. So just about every week you are going to have a journal assignment. And journal assignments are going to be pretty similar each week as well. There will be most oftentimes some sort of video that you're going to watch and then a set of questions that you are going to answer. I will encourage you to pay close attention to the directions that go along with journals because this is the most authentic way of personal reflection that I can get in an online course. Thus, journals are worth a good percentage of your grade and they have high expectations. So for the journal in session 2, the family journal, you are going to watch this particular video that talks about different theories of family and marriage. So this is another crash course video. You'll see pretty quickly that we use a lot of them in this course. So you're going to watch that video first, and then you are going to have 2 questions to ponder, reflect on, and answer. I want to draw your attention to the statement towards the bottom that explains how you'll be graded. So you will be graded on format, and I'm going to show you how to format in just a moment, on the content and the amount of content that you provide, as well as correct grammar. So this is a college class. You'll be graded on college level writing skills. Each one of your responses should be a college level paragraph, and that means it has to actually resemble a paragraph. So you have to have more than just a sentence or 2 for each response in order to earn the full credit of the journal assignment. And just make sure that you proofread prior to submitting your entry. So what is graded is in fact what you meant to submit. What you are going to do is you are going to highlight and copy the the meat of the assignment, which is in between the dotted lines. Once you copy the format, you're going to click on the blue Start or Edit My Journal Entry button, and that's going to take you to a page that has an entry box. You are going to paste your format here in the entry box. This is where you will do your writing. So your paragraph will go here. You will proofread it, make sure that it is what you want it to be. Make sure it is a good, strong college level paragraph, and then you will change the colored font of your paragraph. This is a requirement for my journal assignments. I have found through years and years of research that if students change the color of their entries, then it is visibly easy to see how much information they have contributed to the assignment versus if everything was just in the black font. Sometimes it is hard when we're formatting to see how much you have contributed. So that is why that is the requirement there. All right, so once you are completely done, you will hit the blue Save Changes button, and that will submit your journal assignment. Now, I am going to go back. You are not going to see me hit the Save Changes button, but you will absolutely do that. All right, the next assignment is the Functions of the Family lecture notes. Now, this is what you will need to read your textbook for before you get started. When you click on that link, it'll take you to the page that looks like this. It reminds you to complete your assigned reading, and then it gives you the link for the lecture notes. So you're going to become an expert at this, making a copy in the Google Drive and submitting that way. So you'll click that blue Make a Copy button. And here is the lecture notes. So in this particular course, we do a lot of the Cornell notes. You've done one in session 1, you have one in session 2, and in a couple of sessions, you're going to be an expert. All right, don't forget, you are asked to put a photo of yourself in the upper left-hand corner, and then you can get started in the notes. I want to bring your attention to something that I have added for students here. For those students that have not had Sociology 210 yet, this whole thought process of functions of the family can be a little challenging in the beginning. And so I have added a video here that was done by another instructor at another college. The entirety of his video is great. The last 30 seconds really apply to an assignment that he has assigned, so you can ignore his directions at the end of the video. But the video essentially walks through him and his family photos, explaining the functions of a family unit. And so when you are watching that, just keep in mind that is him and his personal experience, but he is doing a great job of explaining functions of the family. So you may want to watch that video after you read the textbook before you get started, just to kind of get your brain going on the particular functions, because that goes in that first block there. All right, just as a reminder, your notes always go on the right-hand side, and I'm asking you to put your notes there and change that colored font. I have it in bright red for you to see. You certainly can change it to another color if that is not what you would like. All of these sections on the side you will find in your textbook. They are headings within your textbook. So if you're looking for that, like, what am I supposed to do with frameworks for viewing marriage and family, that is a section in your textbook. You will read that section, and then you will take notes on this right-hand side. So each framework that is discussed in your textbook should have a section over here on your notes side. And do not get confused by this small section that I have out to the right-hand side of these textbook sections. This is meant for you to type as much as needed, and your document will expand. So I don't want you to think that you can get everything in 2 lines for the frameworks for viewing marriage and family section from your textbook. These are response questions, and so that is simply your opinion and your reflection. Those are things that will correlate to what you've read in the textbook, but they are absolutely your opinions. You will go through the section that talks about marriage and singlehood and how that changes us and affects us in our lifestyle. You'll talk through some definitions of different types of families. And then the book does a great job in Table 1.5, which is the last piece of Chapter 1 that you will read, talking about those societal changes that really occurred between 1950 and the time the book was written, which was 2020. Then you have some reflection questions and some summary pieces for you to reflect upon. This course has a lot of reflection pieces in it because what you are essentially doing is trying to figure out more in-depth information about your own family unit and moving forward, planning for your future family unit, what that looks like. Maybe if you're in a current family unit, how you can better that family unit or how you can change things. So there's a lot of reflection here. When you are done with your notes, you will go back into Moodle here. Remember, there will be a submission link box down here, and you will go through your Google Drive to submit your lecture notes. And again, since this is that first deadline, that first set of days where work is due, if you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me as soon as possible so I can work with you to show you how to do things or to help you and guide you in completion. I'm always just an email away, and I hope that you have learned something once you finish session 2 about families and how they should function in society.